What's up, you guys? It's Devontae Woodson with Greater Youth Sports Association, and you are tuned in on Tuesday, and this is another week of raising a Greater Youth Sports athlete. All right, so now, if you're new to this weekly series, basically every single week we post 3 tips that are going to help you with raising your youth athlete, and those tips may come in the form of motivation, they may come as nutrition tips, or maybe even fitness tips or training tips too. So every single week you're going to get an opportunity to learn something new that's scientifically proven. All of our tips come from research articles and journals, so you can definitely trust the information that we're providing you, and it's just going to help you with raising a greater youth athlete, right? So I have a fun one this week. The topic is definitely a conversation that gets thrown around. I mean, at every single gym. I mean, anyone that's pretty serious with raising an athletic child, right? So this week we're going to be talking about, should you specialize in one sport for your child? All right, so I know you see a lot of people that their children are just playing one sport all the way from like 5 years old to like 18 until they decide what they're gonna do, right? And we've all heard of the saying, hey, it takes 10,000 hours for somebody to become elite or professional in that sport, or to really have it down, right? So although that may be true, it may not be the best approach or option to do with your child. So according to the research, so studies show that less than 1% of athletes that end up training with one sport all the way to their pro level, it's less than 1% that actually make it to that elite level, right? Also, so performing multiple sports, it's an indicator for greater athletic success. So if you're looking at more so of a long-term athletic development side of things, right? So you want your child to be the best athlete possible. Performing multiple sports is going to make your child the best athlete possible, rather than just focusing on one sport. All right. And then also with comparing one sport athletes to multiple sport athletes, one sport athletes have they have a greater risk of overuse injuries, right? So they're playing one thing the entire time. Their muscles are getting stronger. Certain muscles are getting stronger, while other muscles, like the antagonists, are not getting as strong, right? So the athletes that are playing multiple sports, they have less of a chance of getting injured from overuse because of that. All right, so those are 3 tips for you, backed by science too. So I am not going to be the one to tell you whether you should do one sport or multiple sports. I'm just giving you the facts. All right, so with keeping that in mind and kind of processing the information, right? If you are doing more so on a one sport approach, there's nothing wrong with that, right? But you want to make sure that you're being preventive in that approach. So if you're doing one sport throughout, definitely take periodic breaks from the season where your child is just resting or trying some other things before you're starting the next season. Also, another thing you can do for all sports is get into a resistance training program, right? So it is perfectly fine and actually beneficial for your child to be in resistance training from a young age, right? So there's a lot of different programs that you can do, and there's a lot of different things that you can do to help prevent injuries, because at the end of the day, if your child isn't playing in the game, then they're hurt, then they're not learning, right? So you want to make sure that you're giving your child the best options possible. So resistance training would definitely be a good option to keep your child playing, and then also getting them stronger and ready for the next level. All right, so other than that, those are your 3 tips. I love to talk about this kind of stuff, so definitely leave me a comment if you have an opinion or anything else like that. If you found this useful and if you thought about somebody when reading or listening to this, definitely share it to them, tag them, do whatever you want. Other than that, I will see you next week, and I will be in Washington too, so peace.